There may be snow on the ground, but there's plenty of work to be done here at the farm. Over the winter, we still have lots of moonshine being produced, even without crops growing, so we'll need to keep our machines and production points stocked as we get ready for some early spring planting. You can find a link to this series in the description or in the comments below, and of course, check out the channel page for other farming series you might like. Well, here we are in the middle of winter here at Shady Country Distillery. We're at the store picking up some propane. This is going to go into our still back at the farm. And while we're here, I picked up a used potato planter. You know, I was thinking that for next year's crop, I want better production of potato moonshine. So instead of just relying on the garden, we're going to be planting potatoes in part of our oat field. We'll be planting those next month, I think. I think we can plant potatoes here in February. Right now we're in January. Later on in this episode, I'm sure we'll probably be moving on into February. We'll see. There's not been a whole lot to do. Now, I have kept fairly busy this winter, but a lot of it's just been production management and things like that, as obviously there's no farming going on right now. So, but for right now, yeah, production management kind of stuff. We're going to get back to the farm and stock our still with the propane. Now, we have made some changes here at the farm. I did build us a bakery, so let's see, yeah, build us a bakery. Now, I'm trying to remember what we did last episode. Last episode was in November, but there's been a lot of work since. Well, we expanded the field, expanded what will be the cornfield, and I left room to build a bakery. I did build us a bakery there, and I also enlarged the apple orchard, and I'll show you this stuff right now as we pull into our farm here. We've got kind of regular amount of snow. It's not snowed a whole lot this winter. It snowed a little bit, and then it's kind of melted off and snowed again. So here is our apple orchard. It's a lot bigger. We've got probably about 50% more trees than we had before. So this will be a lot better come fall time. You know, when is it? It's July through September. July through September, we'll be producing more apples. We'll see how that works. That's stocked and ready to go. I got it filled up with compost and water. Here at the mill, we are producing some flour. I need to do something with that. Probably move that over to our new bakery. Here's our bakery. I decided a good place for it was, well, right here. We built it here by the warehouse. So that is, right now this is at work producing bread. And, yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's got about 3,400 liters of bread already, and it's currently running, processing flour now. So this will allow us to produce moonshine from bread. Well, actually, the still will, but this is producing the bread for that, right? Well, that recipe also takes potatoes. So that's why I picked us up that potato planter, and we'll be planting more potatoes in one of our fields. That way, yeah, instead of just the garden produced a really small, insignificant amount of potatoes. And we're going to want a lot more if we want to make both. You know, we want to make moonshine from potatoes and also from bread, which takes potatoes. So yeah. Now, right here, we're at the still buildings, and shut that down. We need to. Well, I got 12 tanks of propane here, so I figure that is 4 for each of these. So I'm going to get these unloaded out of the truck here. All right, so I'm just going to unload 8 of these. We're going to leave 4 in here. I figure we'll do this the easiest way possible. So we're just going to carry 4 of these to this one right here. And yeah, it'll take it. Just kind of got to slowly drain the propane out. So we'll take 4 to this one. We'll take 4 to the one of the other ones. And then the reason I lift 4 in the truck so that we can just drive the truck up to the last one. I figure that'll be easier. We'll just drop those off there. All right, and we'll just throw the last couple here by this one. We'll pull the truck around to the other. And yeah, so I think we can plant potatoes next month. I think we'll have to see how the snow is. But yeah, that'll be here soon. We'll be checking that. Yeah, now I figured this will be the easiest way. We'll just drive this up to the last building. And it should take it right out of the truck. There we go. There we go. All right. Now, let's see. I think everything else here is pretty taken care of. I think everything else here is pretty good. Well, we do have this flour over here. I've kind of been selling the flour because we're producing more flour really than I think we need right now for the bakery, and it brings in decent money. This winter we've made good money from moonshine. We've also made decent money selling some of the materials that we're not using. There's plenty of bread in there that's already ready to go, and we can't make, again, you know, we can't make the bread moonshine until we have the potatoes. Now, somewhere around here, where's our tractor at? There's a tractor. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's changed on the farm over the winter. Aside from, well, I finally did get rid of our still that we had up north in the woods. I sold that off. That helped pay for the enlargement of our apple orchard. Yeah, we haven't been using that since we've legitimized and moved our still down here. So I sold that, and well, we put in the bakery and the enlarged the apple orchard, and I can't really think of anything else. I don't think everything else is, I think, pretty much stayed the same. Whoa, it's slick out here. Yeah, go figure. Snowy grass is slick. So we're gonna get these loaded up probably to sell. The sell point for these is actually for the flour here. We've been selling this to the corner store, literally down there on the corner, and it's literally at the end of the road. Whoops. Like, yeah, if we only had one of these, I would just drive it down there with the tractor. It's so close. There we go. But we got 3, so we'll load them in the truck. And yeah, we're just going to haul these down to the corner and sell these, I guess. Sorry, I slid again. I was talking while I was backing up, and I slid again. Let's get this loaded up. And yeah, we'll probably be moving into February soon. I haven't looked at the extended forecast, but that probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Don't know what the weather's gonna. Yeah, if it's what my plan is I want to plant potatoes. I like to plant them next month because we got other things to plant in March. So if there's snow, now I've never tried this, we'll see, but if there's snow, I'm going to see if we can't clear the snow off and plant. What's my forks hung up on? I don't know. All right, well, let's get this last one in here and get this down to the sell point. Yeah, it's real slippery out here. This last crate has been really trying my patience. It's been very hard to load this crate just because it is so slick out here. Like, even the forks on the tractor are slipping off of the crate. Oh, geez, that was more trouble than I want to mess with. Let's get these to the store and sell these 3 pallets of flour here. And I think everything else is good. We'll probably move into February. Yeah, and see what it's like then. Or, well, at least for sure, later into January, because we're going to have some moonshine to sell. Because I've kept the production stocked. The production is well stocked and everything. So, yeah, we're going to have a good amount of moonshine to sell this month before moving into February. But yeah, you know, just taking care of things here around through the winter. So, yeah, we're literally only going right here to the local, you know, grocery store on the corner here. And they paid decent price for our flour. For those 3 pallets, we got $7,700. Yeah, it's about $2,300-ish, I think, dollars a pallet for that. So yeah, let's go back to the house and let's move through the month a little bit and go to the next day, right? And we're going to probably sell some moonshine. All right. Well, on the morning of January 2nd, it's not snowing, but looks like it's definitely supposed to any minute now. All right, so just leaving the house in the morning. Let's see what we've got. Okay, we've got some strawberry jam. We're going to want to take this to the still so we can get this started. Make sure that we keep our production line of strawberry jam, moonshine, you know, keep that going. Let's take 3. We got 3 still buildings, so I just take 3 of these at a time. Nice and easy. And we're going to want to check on some things on the way there. Oh, what is that one? Let's get that down in the truck. There we go. And I think, well, let's check and make sure that this has got what it needs. We're going to need some more wooden boxes. Now we need wooden box. Well, as you saw, I'm loading the strawberry jam here. It comes in wooden boxes. Well, we have to supply this and our greenhouses with wooden boxes to put the products in. I've got a trailer with wooden boxes. We're going to want to wheel that over here and offload some of those. I've got that loaded up already, so it'll be a super streamlined process. Because moving the boxes is so tedious, yeah, what I did was I hooked up a crane to, well, I got the attachment parked over there, but I used a crane to load a bunch of wood boxes on a trailer, so it's already loaded up to save some of the hassle, and then with that we can easily, well, you'll see, offload wooden boxes into the greenhouse. That way we're not moving them all one at a time. We've got some moonshine here, which is like 6 crates. Well, one thing I've kind of been doing is, let's put our tailgate down. I've kind of just been loading them into the truck and just running them straight to the sell point with the truck. But usually there's 9. Well, usually it's later in the day and there's 9 cases out here. That's only 6. Might want to wait until we have more to take those to the sell point. Let's get these offloaded and we'll just bring these to our stills so we can keep the strawberry jam moonshine in production. And as far as these crates, these cases of moonshine, well, I'm going to get these loaded into the truck. I might just take them to the sell point, but I'm going to get them loaded in the truck for now. Now, you know what? We'll take these to the warehouse. We'll take a big, we'll use the box truck, and we'll take a big load. Yeah, for now, we're just going to throw these here in our warehouse. We'll load up the box truck when we have, when we have more. All right, here we are on the 3rd of January. We're at the very end. This is the last day of January. And, well, lots of stuff to get ready and take care of before spring. Our chickens look to be doing good. I'll check on them, but a lot of our production needs to be managed. Just because, we have so much production going on here to, the moonshine is based on, and we need to get that, keep that stuff supplied. Oh, yeah, we've had some snowfall, although it, well, yeah, it snowed yesterday a bit. All right, so where did I leave our tractor? Yeah, it's over here. We're going to want to, I'll leave the truck running over there. We need to get some fuel. First thing we need to do is get some fuel for the our water pump over here. We're going to need some water. Well, we always want to keep, I always need to keep the, whoa, it spun out. Really? I was going 5 miles an hour. Yeah, I spun out there. The tractor spun around on me. We need to keep the water pump pumping because a lot of our facilities here do use water, of course. So I just got this fuel tank right here. Let's keep this fuel trailer parked here. And we'll just, our water pump here, it just needs fuel on occasion. Yeah, it looks like the snow actually definitely accumulated quite a bit. Now tomorrow will be the first day of February, and we'll see here in a few, once we get our stuff resupplied, how that's gonna. I was hoping I could get this fuel in here without moving that water trailer. Can I just push it back? Yeah, there we go. Let's offload some fuel. Our fuel trailer is getting a little empty. That's okay. So that'll keep water being produced there. Now, one main thing that we've got to do with all of our production, it needs sugar. We need sugar for all of our production, so we can just go ahead and buy that now. We need sugar for it. I kind of put off buying sugar because it costs money, but yeah, we need sugar for all 3 stills and for jam production. So that was over $15,000 worth of sugar. Well, but we had to buy 4 pallets, 1 for each of the stills, and then 1 for our jam production. Now, so we're going to be counting on product sales to make up for that. Let's head over here to our stills and see what kind of production we have down here of moonshine. We need to get sugar out here so that we can keep producing. Some of our moonshine products take sugar. All right, so here we've got 9 cases ready to go. All right, we'll bring the box truck out here and we'll load those into the box truck along with the 6 that we put in here yesterday. So that's what, 15. That'll make up for the money we just spent on the sugar. So the sugar, it lasts for a minute, you know, but yeah, this moonshine here will pay for it. Right, let's get those wooden boxes distributed to our, that's something I noticed, you know, in the middle of January. We're at the end here. Let's get these wooden boxes down to our production so that we can keep producing things. And then we'll want to go pick up that sugar. That's kind of a priority. Yeah, it really is, but we're already down here. I believe I parked, we got a whole trailer full of boxes, and I believe I parked them down here. I parked them way out of the way. Down here somewhere. The thinking behind this, I'll be honest with this, is there's a lot of stuff parked here at the farmyard. There's a lot of buildings, there's a lot of stuff. Here I have a trailer with probably close to 40 boxes on it, and I wanted to park it far away from the farm in case I don't have any evidence of anything affecting frame rate, but you know, this might, because I have so many machines, so much equipment parked in one spot, and you can see here we have this trailer full of boxes. So I didn't want this possibly affecting frame rate. That's why this is parked way down here. So anyway, yeah, as you can see, this is our, this is how we solved the box problem. Instead of loading them one by one, I loaded them all in here with a crane, and this makes it a lot easier. So anyway, let's get this back to the farm though. Well, it's a nice day out here. I mean, I gotta say that. It's a beautiful, beautiful winter day. It's too bad there's really no farm work that needs to be done, because I wouldn't mind working out here. That said, yeah, we'll be out here tomorrow, first day of February, which that should be later in this episode here in a little bit. We just got to handle some of this production stuff, and then we'll be planting potatoes. All right, so we should just be able to drive this by our production points and stock them with wooden boxes. There should be enough here. I imagine there's got to be enough here for all of our production. Let's come by this first. Can I get this close enough? I mean, yeah, it's just a matter of how easy will it be. Okay, this will be close enough for sure. There we go. Oh, wow, that was... that was all of them. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Okay, so that had 49 boxes on it, right? That had 49 boxes. And imagine loading each of those one by one, and then this thing just used all of them. That's why we're not loading. Yeah, that's why I'm using loading them more efficiently now. Luckily, that was... okay, so this is pretty much fully stocked in wooden boxes now. The greenhouses, how are they? The greenhouses I'm not as worried about because they have a lot of strawberries produced. They are still good in wooden boxes because yeah, they're strawberries. They've actually, you can see all the strawberries piled up here. That's because our greenhouses are putting out more strawberries than our jam production here can use. So I'm going to get these strawberries moved over here because this is actually pretty low now in strawberries. Let's see. Yeah, it is. I'm going to get this filled up. We're going to drag the truck over there and just park this trailer right here. I'm going to throw some strawberries in the back of the truck. I think by my count we're going to want 10 trays of strawberries here in the back of the truck. Now, it's so hard to move these around sometimes. So yeah, I'm going to get 10 of these loaded in here. Alright, so this should be 10 trays of strawberries. We're going to take this over to jam production. That should be what we need over there, I think. Now these are pretty much out of strawberries. So we're going to want to come here and go to our greenhouses. Oh, they're out of water. Okay, great. They're out of water. Well, we're going to have to get water down here. That's no problem. Got to keep an eye on this stuff. So with these, we're going to go ahead and spawn the strawberries that it's been storing. There we go. All right. All right. Now let's haul this down to the jam production. I thought I had everything stocked with water, but yeah, we're going to have to get water down to the greenhouses. We don't need wooden boxes right now. I'll get those some other time. Let's get these strawberries loaded into the jam production. There we go. Now, this should be good on strawberries. Yeah, that's actually almost full of strawberries. We need to go pick up these pallets of sugar. And it's a good thing that our trailer is empty because this is the best way to do it. Let's get down there, get these pallets of sugar. We'll get our water topped off and then sell some moonshine, I think. Well, down here at the store, we're just going to get these pallets of sugar loaded up real quick. And I think the best way to do this, I'm trying to think here. Well, we're going to put 3 in the, let's put 3 in the trailer and 1 in the back of the truck. That way we can just back the truck up to the jam production. And the trailer will pull back to the stills and unload them there. The other 3. I'm actually kind of surprised they used these 3 this quickly. I mean, our stills are putting out a good amount of moonshine. It's just that I filled them with sugar not 2 months ago. Either, I want to say December, I filled them with, probably, it was in the wintertime. I filled them with sugar. I'm surprised they're out again. Sugar is not cheap. I know we're making profit, but the sugar, just every time we have to buy sugar, it sets me back quite a bit. Let's get this loaded up, though. If we were in a more temperate climate, growing sugar would obviously be the way to go about it. But here in Russia, I don't think sugarcane is a crop they grow here. That said, I suppose there's other ways to get sugar than sugarcane. I guess we could make it from beets, huh? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So I guess technically I could be producing sugar for the, I never really do that. I don't mess with root crops much, like beets and potatoes, because of the process for planting and harvesting beets and potatoes requires, it's very work and time intensive, and it takes its own equipment. It takes its own equipment that can't be used for other crops. So potatoes and beets are often looked at as something that's expensive, hard to do. I don't do it as much. Of course, we will be growing potatoes here. Like I said, we'll be planting those later on. But yeah, I might look into beets and getting sugar from our beets. It's very possible, actually. All right, so first, let's bring this sugar here to the jam production. Get that unloaded in there. All right, so that is good on sugar. That's all it holds. It only holds 1 pallet of sugar, so it's full. Now, we're going to get these down to the stills. And yeah, we're going to have to unload these so we can put 1 to each still accordingly. Otherwise, all 3 would be sucked up in 1 still, and that wouldn't do us any good. Is that, do we have a pellet of sugar? Yeah, we do. It looks like I saw a flash of red out of the corner of my eye. It looks like we actually have a pellet of sugar in storage over there. Well, that's good. I mean, it's good to know. I mean, we didn't have 4 over there or anything. We still had to buy them. But it's good to know there's 1 pallet over there if we need, if we really need to use it. So let's get this distributed here. Alright, so we'll see if we can get these unloaded fairly quickly because there's a lot to do. There we go, there's 1. Now we want to, gotta be careful where I put these, where I take these so that it unloads into the right still. And when I take this here to this one, see if I can do it without bumping the moonshine there. That's, well, looks like I bumped it a little bit. Well, it's okay. We're going to be unloading that, or loading that, I should say, into the truck here soon. All right, so that one is full. Whoops, kind of drug a case of moonshine there. We're going to have to, I'll get the truck, I'll pull the truck around here, and we'll be delivering some moonshine. All right, in the last case here. Oops, get the forks right. Come on, forks. Come on, forks. There we go. I'm a little reckless. Well, in a hurry. I want to get this done. Let's get this over here to the last still. There we go. Let's get this parked. We're going to get the truck over here. Actually, you know what? While we've got the tractor, let's go fill up the water on our greenhouses. They don't have to be filled up with water much. It's funny. I think our still goes through more water, but to be fair, water is a pretty key ingredient to alcohol. Well, it's just that, obviously our greenhouses need water for the plants to grow, and I don't fill it much, but yeah, I guess it makes sense that still probably uses more. So we're going to get this filled up. We just need to run 2 trips of this to our greenhouses, and they'll be full. Yep, there's a fair amount of... So there is a fair amount of stuff to do here in the winter, and this is what I've been doing all winter, really. And I figured I'd, have this episode here at the end of January. This is basically what I've been doing all winter is, we have good production of moonshine, and well, it all starts here. This is where the production comes from, is just keeping all this stuff stocked. And of course, growing as many crops as we can during the year so that in wintertime we can still keep this stuff stocked. And this year I'm looking forward to, because we're going to have the first planting, our first full plant and harvest of our big field. This field here is going to be mostly all one crop. So this year will be the first year of a full apple harvest with this bigger apple orchard. I'm eager to see how it does, because our small apple orchard that we had, I might even want to think about it and build another one of these apple orchards, because the apple orchard that we had, that small one, it only supplied our stills with apples for about 2 months, maybe just a couple of months is all it lasted us. We may even want another one of these medium-sized apple orchards. We'll have to see. But let's get water in this last greenhouse here, and we'll run and sell our moonshine. All right, and that is both of our greenhouses full of water. I could park this there, but let's just take this back to the water pump. I've been parking this trailer over by the water pump. Just going to move this fuel here. Somehow this fuel tank got scooted out and in front of our bucket. I had noticed this when I was in here moving stuff around. I don't know how. I don't think I ran into it, but well, we're going to need that bucket, I think, because we're going to be planting potatoes in the potato field, and it's likely going to have snow on it. So we might want to have that bucket to run out there, and this is just a small little farmyard thing here. The fuel goes there. All right. Now, let's get our truck loaded up with moonshine, get that sold, and we'll be moving into February. All right, so we got quite a bit of shine to load up here. Oh, wow, there's some snow. Yeah, some snow in our parking area there. Well, I don't want to hassle with moving snow. We're right at the end of winter here. I think we'll be good if we can get through this with the truck. Well, let's get this loaded up. The roads are clear. We just got to get out to the roads. There is so much work to do in the winter. There really is. And all right, so we've got 7 cases of moonshine here. So let's get these loaded in the truck. All right, now down here we've got, well, last I saw we have 9. Let's get these all loaded in here, and we're going to get these to the sell point and make some profit back from all that money that we had to spend restocking the sugar. That was not cheap. I wish we could output the moonshine in pallets instead of these little cases here. With high volume like we have, boy, that would be a lot. That'd be a lot more efficient. That's one reason I upgraded our apple orchard to a larger orchard. It should output our apples in pallets instead of the little boxes. Okay, there we go. We got 1,600 liters of moonshine. That is a lot. Let's get this down to the distribution point, sell this, and boy, I'm looking forward to moving into February, and where it's just early enough we should be able to plant potatoes. But yeah, first let's get down and get this moonshine sold. Just trying to carefully drive through the snow, and I was going a little fast, but I want to get out of this onto the road. All right, here we are at the... Oh, I drove past it. It's the one driveway that's not plowed. This guy didn't plow his driveway. Well, I will have to remember that for next winter or whatever. Make note that this guy does not clear his driveway. Yeah, but this is the only sell point we have for our moonshine. Now, I might have to mess with this a little bit to get it all unloaded and sold. Let's see, the moonshine sells in little bits at a time. Let's see how much it actually sold out of the thing. I usually got to mess around with the truck some to get it. Yeah, it doesn't like to... Here, let me turn this over and it'll take it. There we go. There's that one. As usual, I didn't see how much money we had when I started. I'm not sure exactly how much we got here, but I could guesstimate with 16 cases. All right, there we go. That is all sold. Let's buckle this back up. So we're back up to pretty much the money that we had at the beginning of today's episode. And, well, that's just because I had to restock on sugar. So That kind of ate these profits up a little bit. But we're still keeping our head above water even though it's winter. I mean, hey, it's a farm. We're in the middle of winter and we're still up on profits. Although when we have to restock, it does hurt a little bit. But it's the dead of winter. Speaking of winter, do we have any crops to sell? Always remember around winter and summertime to check to see if we have any crops. You know, sometimes I may be keeping some crops to sell. Now, grain generally is what sells well in the winter, and I think all of our grain is being used right now for moonshine production, but I'll check. Yeah, right here are all we've got in storage is corn and oats, and we're using that for moonshine, and then soybeans, those will sell in June. We got quite a few oats, and we do need to probably stock some oats into the still, but I think that'll keep. For now, I'd like to get onto the potato planting. I think our still might be able to hold out until next month, and we'll restock it with oats then. For now, let's get back to the farm. Oh yeah, this truck does not handle the best in snow. I'm hoping for better weather come next month. We'll find out here momentarily. Let's get this parked here. We'll be moving into February when we can begin some real farming work. Let's see how much oats we've got in our stills over here. I know they could use some more. They should be all about equal. This is showing they've got enough for right now. They'll hold out. Well, welcome to February. The snow has cleared up a bit. At least the snow accumulation that was here is gone. That's good. We're going to want to check the field and see if let's grab this while we're right here. Let's grab this strawberry jam. We're going to run this out to the stills. Do want to keep production going, and you know, running a production farm like we're doing, this is just, you know, throughout the winter, it's all I'm doing. But even when it's farming season, every day there's still some of this upkeep that has to be done. Let's I want to go see the field where we're going to plant our potatoes, because that's on the docket for today. Let's get out there. And yeah, I was going to take this strawberry jam to the still, but first, the field is right here. I'll show you where I want to plant these potatoes. This field up here is all it's all tilled and ready for planting. I came over here, over this field, and I think it was November. I came over the field and rolled the entire field. The entire field has been rolled, so there's no rocks anywhere. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is 8 hectares of just beautiful, beautiful field. Yeah. That's about 20 acres of just, yeah, it's spot on, about 20 acres of just beautiful, beautiful field. And so I figure we're going to do potatoes, probably just the length of this field in a couple of, just a narrow strip up the field here next to the road. This will be potatoes. Potatoes are best to farm, I think, in long, narrow runs, you know, particularly in long, narrow fields. So probably just about this wide all the way up the field. Because potatoes are buried in the ground, it takes a lot of machinery and horsepower and work to get them in and pull them back out. So thus, you know, potato harvesting equipment is generally very narrow work with, you know, like generally only a meter or two wide. And so it's best to farm them in long, narrow strips, you know. Yeah. There's nothing much more daunting than a huge, huge area with potatoes, because you have to make, you know, when you can only make about a 1 or 2 meter pass each time, a huge wide field with them is very daunting. I prefer to plant them in long, narrow runs. So let's get these down to the still, and luckily, hey, the field is clear. See, I was ready to go out there with the shovel and have to move snow. Oh, you know what? Let's fill up with fuel. There's a mostly empty fuel rack here, and our truck is just low enough, I think it will empty this of fuel. Yep, there we go. All right, yeah, I had that mostly empty rack of fuel tanks there. It was sitting out there just for, you know, refueling stray equipment, and well, we got that. So let's get this down here. We can get out in the field. Oh, we need to get our potato planter. Yeah, we need to get our potato planter, and we can get out to the field and start getting potatoes in the ground. That'll be excellent. Let's get these. I found the easiest way to do this is we'll get these out of the truck first, Moving things around is not the easiest thing to do. It can be jerky, as you can see. Sometimes it can be jerky, so it's easier to unload out of the truck. Now we can move these where we want them, so we'll just take each of these to each of the stills. Try to keep these topped off with this stuff. And I'm eager to get to the planting, so the first thing we're going to want to do is we need to get our tractor down to the store and get that potato planter. All right, tractor, you ready to plant some taters? Well, let's get down there. I really wanted to get to this earlier. I mean, I really did. I didn't want it to be the end of the episode when we finally start planting. But, you know, I never know how much time things are going to take up. Now, this is probably going to need some repairs. We bought this used. Yeah, we're going to want to haul this over here. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty loyal to our local mechanic. We'll take it down there to him because it's where our mechanic is, the guy that we always take our stuff to. He's actually right down at the end of the field where we're going to be working with this, so we'll do it down there. But yeah, I wanted to get to this earlier in the video, but there is a lot of work to do over the winter, I suppose. I said I wanted a winter episode, that's what we got. But we're going to get some potato planting done. Let's get this down to the field. We'll have to get it filled up first, of course. And I've got some seeds at the house. Wow, it looks like a postcard out here. Yeah, it's quite the picturesque morning. Coming into town here where our farm is. All right, back here at the farm, we can get some seeds out. You know what? I think we've got a half. Do we have a partial thing of seeds over by the greenhouse? You know, I think we might actually. I was going to pull some seeds. We got some in storage there, but I think we might have some extra. Yeah, we do. We got some extra seeds over here by the garden. And I figure if we've got a half-empty pallet of seeds already, then let's pull from that, you know? And why am I pulled in to get it out, but then it occurred to me, why don't I just back the tractor up to it? Because where the seeds are going is into our potato planter. It's really lucky that a used one of these came up for sale because I was specifically looking for that. Now, I would have bought one regardless, but I was hoping a used one, which is what we got. It's very handy. So let's get this filled up. And yeah, that pallet of seeds there was just enough to almost fill this. Perfect. So that's one less half-empty bag of seeds laying around. So let's get this down to the field and let's actually get started planting some. It's finally that time to get planting. All right, so I figured I'd start these in a row here by the road. Cannot be planted in February. Let's check the calendar here because, well, it said it can't, but... Oh, yeah, why was I thinking potatoes? I was clearly looking at oats. All right. Oh, you know what I was thinking? Okay, so here's what I was thinking. Okay, so yeah, I was wrong on that. That's fine. Potatoes can't be planted in February. It's my bad. But what I was thinking is we can get planting on this field and the oats are the other thing we're planting out here. So that's what I was thinking of. That's okay. We need this anyway. You know what? Let's take this down to the mechanic. Let's drop this off down there. All right, so that's okay. I knew that something was going to be planted in this field, and yes, the oats is going to be the other crop planted here. Yeah, it's a pretty big field. We're going to have a lot of oats out there. That's what we're going to be getting planted, and that I'm really looking forward to. We'll be using the New Holland for that, the big tractor. First, let's drop this off down here at the mechanic. So I guess we're not getting into any planting in this episode. Well, I mean, it was all, it's the winter episode. It was all work over the winter. We're going to be planting oats. I guess that's going to be in the next episode. Although I want to get started on something. I really, really do. We're going to leave this here to get repaired. I mean, it just needs a little service because, yeah, it thinks I'm trying to plant there, but we're just parking it there is all we're doing, obviously. All right, so let's get down here So let's get, yeah, we're going to get the New Holland here out to the field. This is what we're going to be planting oats with, and we'll have that coming up in next episode. I wanted to, well, obviously I wanted to get some planting done, but that's just going to have to wait for next time. But for now, let's get down here to the field. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. I always appreciate any feedback, any subscriptions. I appreciate that very much. It has helped the channel grow. And yeah, for now, we're going to get down here and let's go ahead and pull onto the field, actually, where it's smoother driving. We're going to be planting this field 90% oats. Just going to leave a little bit on the side there by the road to plant the potatoes. And we'll get quite a good potato crop. Potatoes are really a high yield crop. We'll get plenty of potatoes out of just you know, just like a 20-foot wide section or so of the field. In the meantime, this is our I bought, you've seen the air cart. If you saw our previous episode from, I think we bought it last year, then you saw the air cart. I have since found sourced locally a planter to go with it. And this is what we're going to be using to plant the oats here. Haven't used this equipment yet. I don't think in its current state. No. And yeah, I'm backing up to the wrong end of it. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, I have it set so that the air cart's in the rear. That's my fault. I like to run the air cart in the rear so I can better guide where the planter is going. I don't know why I was talking. Well, it's because I was talking. That's why I was backing up to the wrong end of it. But yeah, here's the yeah. So this is what we're going to be using to plant this field with. I'm looking forward to breaking this equipment in. Is it? Wait, something looks like it's locked up or something. Is it turning okay? Let me see here. It feels like there's a... Hang on, let me get this out here. Let's get this moving. Something feels like it's dragging. Is it? Yeah, no, it's working fine. Okay, it's heavy. It's heavy equipment to pull. I just wanted to make sure it was fine. It almost, you know what it felt like? It almost felt like the brakes aren't hooked up or something. You know, like if you don't, what I mean is if you don't attach one of the brake cables, the wheels will drag. That's kind of what it felt like. But no, I think it's just because it's heavy. I think it's just really, really heavy. And we've got this filled with fertilizer and seeds. Yep, filled with fertilizer and seeds. We're going to make sure this is set on oats. It is. Yeah, this is all ready to go. All right, guys, thanks so much for following along. We'll see you next time. I guess next episode will still be in February. Yeah, it's kind of hard to, managing the episodes going through winter is kind of weird because winter is a weird time, but that's okay. I'll catch up with you guys. We'll finish off February next time. We'll be planting oats. It's just I don't want to skip over the oat planting, and I want to do that as early in the year as I can because we need March to plant corn. So I'll see you guys next time. We'll be planting some oats.